Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Harbor Freight website and checking out some of the new tools that they've released over the last couple weeks. If you guys follow the channel, you guys already know that I like to do these videos every 2 or 3 weeks and just quickly discuss some of the tools I may consider, my thoughts on some of them. And we don't go over everything, but we'll discuss a lot of it, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns on any of these, please feel free to drop a comment down below. And if you have any experience with any of these newer tools, please let us know down in the comments. So first one up we see is the Bauer 20 volt 4.5 inch circular saw. This is the tool only, and it is $60. So I have a cordless circular saw, and then I have my cordless 3-inch cutoff tool. This kind of falls in between at 4.5 inches. It's a smaller circular saw. It is nice to see Bauer and Hercules, or Harbor Freight, expand more into the Bauer and Hercules brand, expanding into the types of tools that they offer. This at $60 for the tool only isn't bad, as long as you already own like Bauer batteries and chargers, or you can get them as a deal going on, whether they offer a free battery at the time with purchase of a specific tool or anything like that. Because a lot of times if you just go in here thinking that you're going to save a bunch of money on this tool, yeah, it's $60 really affordable, but then if you don't have a battery and charger, you're in it for at least $100 after that, which at that point you could have probably gotten the tool from a big name brand. Not saying that there's anything wrong with Bauer or Hercules compared to the big name brands. I'm just saying a lot of times the big name brands run big sales, that you can get the same type of tools for basically the same prices. But if you already run the Bauer or Hercules brands, that's when you can start getting into some of these better deals, because a lot of these tools are cheaper. But just something to keep in mind, and definitely always do your shopping around. So this compact saw is supposed to be 15% lighter and delivers 375 cuts on a single charge. It's the 20 volt with 5,000 RPM. Here you can see some of the information if you would like to pause and read that. I don't think it's a bad tool at all for $60. Definitely one to consider, especially, like I said, if you're in the Bauer lineup. Then they have a new McGraw pneumatic 1/4 inch straight die grinder for $25. I know a lot of people that just run these, and you know, they'll run for quite a while. If they go out, I mean, you're not out a bunch of money. Some of these pneumatic die grinders and stuff, or air tools, can still be pretty expensive. So finding that, sometimes depending on how much work you do, finding that happy medium without going like with a super cheap piece of junk basically, or without spending $100 on the same type of tool, finding that happy medium to where you can get a lot of use and abuse out of it, but you're not going to be disappointed if it does junk out on you after a while. I think our Harbor Freight still offers a lot of good pneumatic tools that are worth it, and can save you a little bit of money. Obviously, it's different if you're somebody that uses pneumatic tools all the time on an everyday basis. That might be a different story. But if you guys have any experience with the McGraw lineup or any of the pneumatic tools that you've had successful or unsuccessful experiences with, please let me know down in the comments. Then they have Hercules 16-inch long 1/4 inch hex shank spade bits, a 3-piece set for $20. Like I said, we're not going to go over everything. They got new pack of Grant's Terry microfiber polishing bonnets, some work gloves. All it's showing here are the different sizes available. They're all $6 depending on whatever size you want. They do have a new Pittsburgh 12-inch to 16-inch extendable adjustable wrench. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm already not a big adjustable wrench fan. Like, I'll use it when I have to. I used to use them a lot, primarily on like suspension adjustments and stuff, just because it was a little bit easier. But then I got the Knipex pliers wrench, which I find much more versatile over an adjustable wrench. But if you're one that does use an adjustable wrench, please let me know your guys' thoughts on this. I just feel like this is kind of gimmicky. I don't know if I've ever really... I mean, I guess if you're somebody that uses an adjustable wrench all the time, having one of various lengths could be handy, but I don't think I ever came across a situation where I wished my adjustable wrench was a little bit longer. But then again, I didn't ever use mine all the time like that. I guess if you need a little bit more leverage on, I don't know why you would be using an adjustable wrench here. I get it, it's an example, but that's, an adjustable wrench was really my last option for a lot of things. So I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people can still get a lot of use out of it, but it's just not something I would consider. Couple new auger bits from Hercules, $9 and $16. A new Warrior titanium step bit, 9 steps from 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch, $6. I'm not sure what the difference is on this one compared to the one that they offered before. Harbor Freight does offer quite a few different step bits now, and I've bought in a few of them, and just going through standard sheet metal, like I've had some of mine for a couple years and, you know, use on a weekly basis, and they're just fine. No, they're not as nice as, you know, your step bits can get quite expensive if you go with a high quality one, which can be really nice. But like I said earlier, finding those happy mediums, sometimes, you know, you can spend, you know, $10-15 on a step bit, and I've had them last years and be perfectly happy with them. Even after they dull out a little bit, they're pretty easy to sharpen up because it's primarily just that tip that you worry about. I'm okay with these step bits. Then we have the Hercules 20-volt brushless cordless 2-tool combo kit. Another thing, like I said earlier, I'm really happy that Harbor Freight's finally getting into combo kits, or kits in general. Before, it was always just tool only, batteries only, and then they started putting battery and charger with tools. I think that last year, 2 years ago, something like a year and a half ago maybe, and now they're finally, looks like they're getting into combo kits. So that is nice. I like that they're expanding into different types of tools and also putting together kits and combo kits, because that's really what they needed to do to keep growing those lineups. And while I don't think this is a bad deal at all, I don't think it's a fantastic deal either. If you just look at the pricing based on what you're getting and everything, normally when you buy combo kits, it's not only more convenient, but a lot of the times they have them on sales and stuff where it's a good deal over buying them individually. But they also just released the 5 amp hour batteries for Hercules, which is right down here, which is $135. Does that leave $115 for the charger and 2 tools? So that's not bad if you look at it like that. I think $135 is a little much for the Hercules 2 5 amp hour batteries, just because I know Milwaukee and DeWalt batteries at the 5 amp hour size you can get for around that price range. I can find them all day anywhere from $90 to $150. Once again, if you're one that specifically got into this for the Hercules lineup or the Bauer lineup, then this is an okay deal. It is. It's just not much cheaper than the big name brands that have been around. That's just something to be aware of. If you're already in a tool lineup, I don't think it's worth switching over, thinking that, you know, you're getting such a savings going this route that it's worth it. I don't. I think if you're just getting into a tool lineup and this is what you want to go for, then it's an okay deal. But if you're just one that buys any brand tool for whatever you need at the time, I don't really think it's worth that, if that makes sense. But it is a nice set. You get the 1/2 inch hammer drill and 1/4 inch impact driver with 2 5 amp hour lithium ion batteries, 4 amp charger. It's not a bad deal at all. I mean, it's not a bad kit at all. Just some of the specifications on it. Hammer drill does have the 2-speed transmission up to 2000 RPM, 14 clutch settings. The impact driver is up to 4,400 impacts per minute. Variable speed trigger. The warranty on the tools and the batteries. So that is $250, and I said $135 for just the 2 5 amp hour batteries. I mean, I can find all day long 2 5 amp hour batteries, $105, 2 5 amp hour batteries, $120, $100, $135, $136. I mean, it's not hard to find the deals. Now, it's obviously you want to stay away from some of those websites that you've never heard of before and the prices are super, super cheap. But a lot of the known websites are still around $100 to $150. These are just some examples. Obviously, not the same size sets. I tried to find similar, but this is a Flex 2-piece set with 2 of their Thermatech heat management batteries that are supposed to be 20% more powerful and 25% longer runtime. The 2 tools, bag and charger for $200. You got a DeWalt one here for $50 more. You got a 2 amp hour battery and a 6 amp hour flex volt battery with the hammer drill and impact driver with a charger and bag. Here's a Milwaukee one for $100 more. I can get why you would want to go with Hercules if you're trying to not spend $350, but still, this one's 2 5 amp hour batteries, a case, the hammer drill, impact driver, carrying case and charger. Makita has one at $265 on multiple websites, which has its two 5 amp hour batteries, impact driver, drill, hammer drill, charger and bag. Here's a M12 set from Milwaukee for $200. You get the drill, impact driver, 2 batteries, a bit set that's just randomly thrown in, charger and carrying case. So I mean, granted, those prices all range from $200 to $350, and the batteries from $100 to $150. But as you can tell, Hercules isn't falling, anywhere super low on that range or anything like that. But Hercules is actually a pretty decent quality tool brand. I know a lot of people that really enjoy them. So if you are looking at Hercules, definitely, this goes for anything at Harbor Freight. If you can get a coupon or wait for one of the sales, Harbor Freight holds sales all the time. So getting these at a cheaper price should not be a problem at all. So I don't know if you're into other tool brands. I don't think $250 is worth it, and I don't think $135 is worth it. If you're in other tool brands, definitely just wait for a coupon or a sale to pick these up if you're interested. Or if you're just getting into picking up your first cordless tools, I don't think this is a bad option. Just keep in mind, maybe go through, do some research, make sure you're getting the best deal on the brand that you want to go with. We'll be done with that now. Central Machinery has released a couple of different vibratory bowls, and these are basically for polishing certain things, cleaning up fasteners. And so this is the 18-pound one, performing dry or wet shining, metal polishing, and rust cutting on multiple small metal objects at the same time with this metal tumbler. I've never used one. I know a few people that have, and I thought it was pretty cool if you're trying to bring back some smaller metal items. I don't think I've ever really had the need for one. This one's $185 for the 18-pound one. The 5-pound one is $70. Honestly, I haven't looked into other brands or anything of these, so I don't know if that's a good deal or not. And then I think that's really where we started off the last Harbor Freight New Tools video, was with the rock tumbler and the Gordon 20-in-1 multi-tool, which has gotten a lot of good feedback on. So I've heard a lot of people are extremely happy with these and very comparable to the Leatherman at a much better price. So if you guys haven't checked that out and you're in need, or if you're looking for a new multi-tool, I think it's definitely one to consider. And like I said, that's it as far as the new tools at Harbor Freight. Not much over the last couple weeks, so stay tuned. I'll have more coming soon. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.